Cameras caught it, what Princess Leonor did inside Olite Castle. Fearful face sparkles. Spain's royal family arrived in Navarre for what seemed like a simple 2-day tour. But cameras inside Olite Castle caught something no one expected. And what Princess Leonor did next changed how millions see her forever. Soft orchestral music plays. The morning sun glows over the medieval towers of Olite Castle, its golden walls whispering centuries of royal history. As the royal motorcade arrives, the crowd erupts, flags wave, children cheer, and the echo of cameras fills the air. Princess Leonor of Spain, dressed in elegant cream and gold, steps out with calm confidence. Every eye in Navarre turns to her. The future queen, the daughter of King Felipe and Queen Letizia, and the young woman who is slowly, gracefully, stepping into destiny. For years, Spain has watched her grow, from a shy girl at the palace gates to a poised royal figure. But this tour, this moment at Olite Castle, would become a defining chapter in her journey. Because hidden inside those castle walls, a gesture, a decision, and a whisper of emotion, would show Spain the true heart of their future queen. Olite Castle is not just stone and history, it's a symbol of royal legacy. Built by Charles III, the noble king of Navarre, it once held the laughter of queens and the power of kings. And now, more than 600 years later, Princess Leonor walked those same halls. But she wasn't there just to pose for cameras or smile for tradition. Something deeper was happening. As she entered the courtyard, local musicians began playing ancient Navarrese melodies. The air filled with nostalgia. Leonor paused, touched by the sound. Her eyes, soft, reflective, scanned the crowd until they rested on an elderly woman holding a small wooden cross. The woman's voice trembled as she whispered, "Welcome home, Your Highness." Leonor smiled. It wasn't a royal smile, it was human, tender, real. That moment alone melted thousands of hearts watching live. Later that day, as the royal family entered the throne chamber of Olite, something unexpected happened. The king began speaking, praising the region's culture and history. But when it came time for the ceremonial presentation of the castle's symbolic key, Leonor stepped forward. It wasn't planned. The king turned slightly, surprised but proud. Leonor took the key, bowed to her father, and instead of handing it back, she placed it on the altar of St. George, beside the royal crest. It was symbolic. It meant, the crown serves, not rules. That single gesture sent a wave through the crowd, and across Spanish media. Royal commentators called it a moment of deep emotional intelligence. Others said it marked her first true act as a future monarch. Cameras zoomed in, the light catching her expression. Calm, determined. A future queen not defined by power, but by purpose. After the ceremony, the royal tour continued privately, but one camera operator from RTVE captured something few noticed. While walking through a corridor lined with ancient tapestries, Leonor paused again, at a small wooden door, slightly ajar. Inside was a dim room filled with relics, old portraits, royal letters, and one particular artifact, a faded silk banner bearing the emblem of Navarre. Leonor entered quietly, alone. She ran her hand gently across the banner. A faint smile appeared, and then, a tear. Later, palace sources revealed. The banner belonged to Queen Eleanor of Navarre, one of Spain's forgotten queens, a woman who fought to unite her people but died unrecognized. Leonor, deeply moved, reportedly whispered, "Your story will not be forgotten." And that, cameras caught, just barely. A private vow that would soon inspire millions. Day 2 of the royal visit began with warmth and celebration. Children in traditional Navarrese outfits greeted the princess with handmade flowers. But one little girl stood out, clutching a small drawing of Leonor in her military uniform. As Leonor approached, the girl nervously held it out. Leonor knelt down, smiled, and hugged her. The girl's mother, holding back tears, said, "She reminds me of hope." That hug went viral overnight. More than 15 million views in less than 24 hours. Because it wasn't just a princess hugging a child, it was Spain's future embracing her people. That evening, during the official closing ceremony, Leonor was invited to give a short address. No one expected what came next. She stood at the podium, voice steady yet emotional, and said, In every stone of Olite Castle, in every melody of Navarre, I feel the strength of our history. But a country's greatness is not in its walls, it's in its people. You are the heart of Spain, and I am proud to serve you." The crowd rose to their feet. Some clapped, others cried. The king and queen looked on, proud, moved, silent. It wasn't just a speech, it was a promise. After the ceremony ended, as the royal family prepared to leave, Leonor did something quietly powerful. She returned one last time to the courtyard, no press, no spotlight, and placed a single white rose at the castle's ancient fountain. It was the same fountain where, centuries ago, queens once prayed for peace. Only one guard witnessed it. He later said, "She stood there for a long time," as if speaking to history itself. That unseen moment became the emotional heart of the entire royal tour. The next morning, headlines flooded every news channel. Newspaper, Princess Leonor's silent gesture moves the nation. Newspaper, Olite Castle becomes symbol of Spain's new generation. Royal watchers praised her authenticity. Social media overflowed with messages of admiration. One viral comment read, "She's not just following in her father's footsteps, she's building her own path." Within hours, #Princess Leonor trended across Europe. As the royal convoy departed Navarre, hundreds lined the streets waving goodbye. But before stepping into the car, Leonor turned back toward the castle one last time. A soft wind lifted her hair as church bells rang across the valley. She smiled, not the polite royal smile, but one filled with gratitude and strength. That image alone became iconic, symbolizing a new era for Spain's monarchy. Weeks later, historians and royal analysts continued to discuss that two-day tour. Some called it a turning point for the monarchy. Others said it marked Leonor's spiritual coronation, not by crown, but by character. Because Olite Castle didn't just witness history, it became the stage where a princess began to act like a queen. And the world saw it happen, one camera frame at a time. Princess Leonor's journey has just begun. Her leadership is growing, her empathy shining brighter with each appearance. And those who doubted her readiness, now see something undeniable. A young woman ready to serve her nation with grace, courage, and wisdom. As she once whispered in that hidden room, "Your story will not be forgotten. Neither will hers." Because that's what the cameras really caught. Not just a royal visit, but the heart of a queen in the making. If this moment touched your heart, sparkling heart, like, share, and subscribe. Because Princess Leonor's story has only just begun.